thought I would come on with an update, excuse me, with how things are going here. Yesterday I got my voice back. But let's go through the timeline of events. So on Wednesday, my daughter woke up sick. And she was kind of grumpy the day before. On Tuesday, a week ago. And she gave out a certain sneeze. And as a parent, you know, certain things mean a certain thing with your kid. And she has a certain sneeze for when she's getting sick. And she let out that sneeze. And I was like, how are you feeling? She's like, I'm fine. And she most likely felt okay. But I knew something was coming, and the next morning something came. So that's Wednesday, Thursday. She's ill. Friday is when I had my fall. Like, you could see the bruises. Friday evening, when my husband and son got home from, you might have just heard my husband sneeze. When they got home from a library event, we have a couple events that we go through weekly, and then, you know, special ones, but this was a weekly one, and I felt so bad my daughter had to miss it. But when he came home, my son was like, my throat's feeling kind of thick, and with his neurospiciness, his body awareness, it's difficult for him to describe how he feels. And I knew thickness meant sick. And then on Saturday, no, by like Thursday bedtime, he was not feeling good. And Saturday, full blown. And Saturday is when I became full blown as well. Was it Saturday? I'm losing all track of time. So I think it was like Saturday, we weren't feeling well. Sunday, it became official. It's been kind of a blur here. And then, bear with me, I got massive brain fog. And I'm trying to stay hydrated. These are my beloved Aldi key limes that are the best. So, to fast forward yesterday, to cut to the chase. No, on Sunday, my husband started getting sick. He's sick as well. Like, he got sick, like, the evening after we did. It's been messy. And then yesterday, my mom was starting to act oddly. So, if we were to also rewind a couple days, stuff started with her. But with the weather change and how it affects her MS and everything, like, it's a Venn diagram of overlapping symptoms and why. But let's get into what's going on with my mom. My mom wanted to do something different than the rest of us, and decided to get a UTI. So to backtrack, this past week and a half, she has like set times she goes to the bathroom. It's just one of those things. When she gets up from here and when she's going to go there, she goes to the bathroom. And she was veering off her schedule, and she was drinking more than usual. But, you know, it's Florida and it's summer, and we're also pushing for her to be hydrated. So you just think she's drinking more, so she's going to go pee more. And then on Friday, my husband had to take her to the bank, and it had to happen, excuse me, at an earlier time than we normally would have taken her, because it just had to be done at that time, and it was like 11, and that's early for her. You know, you might go, what's wrong with that time? But for her and her resting schedule, if you're new here, she has primary progressive MS. She's 73. Arthritis, you know, things are hard. So when she was acting fatigued after that, we thought it was the routine change. Her resting time, her nap schedule, everything was different that day, and she's extremely time and routine oriented. It's why I grew up in a very time regimented household. So fast forward to like Saturday and Sunday, you know, when after dinner she would do her thing, in my kids' bedtime routine of like every night before they go to bed they wipe their feet, and she helps with that and things like that. And she wasn't able to stay up for it because she had to go to the bathroom. And from there, she just went to bed. So there were signs stuff was up, but again, with the heat and the fatigue of the heat, because heat affects MS, you know, sometimes you just go, okay, it's because of this. And you don't take notice it's not because of that. And then yesterday, she was acting extremely weak and fatigued and was like, I gotta go to the bathroom now. There was like an urgency there that she usually didn't have. And then she was complaining like her lower back was hurting. And when she sat down, I'm like, point to me where, and it's where your kidneys are. And I was like, I said to my husband, I think she has a UTI. Now, knock on wood, the last time she had a UTI was in 2010 when she was on a catheter in her nursing home rehab center. Prior to that, she's never had a UTI. I was not blessed with such a thing. So we have those home test UTI strips that we got when I was having my UTI, and I highly recommend them. Get them and keep them in your cabinet, your medicine tackle box, whatever you have. Get them. They're a 3-pack. We have CVS's own brand. Get them. So we tested, and like the most infected that you could be, she was. Now I'm going to get into a little medical rant. You don't want it, 2 times speed it, fast forward it. We called her primary and her neurologist, and I love our neurologist. He's been in our life since 2010. So my rant against him is only a recent thing. But her primary, we said, hey, did the UTI test, blatantly positive, took pictures, can send it to you. She has these symptoms. With MS and her age, we need some antibiotics. The nurse who took it was like, no problem, we'll let the doctor know, and she'll be at her computer after her next 2 patients, and she'll see this, and she'll call if she has questions or send the medication to the pharmacist. And we're like, great. And I said, don't wait for the 2 hours, because the office stops taking appointments at 4, and this call was placed in at 2. And he was like 2 hours with the 2 patients. I was like, no, we're going to call again at 3. Called again at 3. Still hadn't made it to the computer. More patients than the 2. Get to it when we get to it, but it'll happen today. Called at 3:30, 4. And then I was like, we got to call at 4. The office is closing. And they said, yeah, the office is closed, but she hasn't left yet. So she will look at it before she leaves. So then, called again at 4:30, still hadn't looked at it. It's okay, it's going to happen. 5 o'clock, called, the office is closed. Never looked at it, never sent in the prescription. By now, we called the neurologist twice, first to let them know of the fatigue, then to let them know of the positive UTI. No callback about anything. And we requested a callback because UTIs can trigger an MS attack. No callback. I'm the type of person who's thinking of plan B while we're still figuring out plan A. So I said, let's see if Mom's Medicare Advantage plan has a virtual doctor to talk to, type of thing. And they do telehealth through the same program our insurance does. The did a telehealth phone call, and the guy was like, let's get you something pronto. Within 10 minutes, it was in at the pharmacy, and within a half hour, got a call, the prescription was ready. And I'm so frustrated because we are constantly told, for my mom, look for symptoms of UTIs. UTIs are a bad thing, but will be an extra bad thing for your mom. And we did. We did everything we were supposed to do, and our doctors did not hold up their side of, the bargain here. So thank God for that telehealth option. So yesterday, I went and got the prescription. We just felt it was better for my husband to stay home because my mom is needing help every time she goes to the bathroom because she's so fatigued, because she's going every 40 minutes. And that's tiring if you're healthy. But add on your primary progressive MS, and it is detrimentally fatiguing and exhausting. So I got the prescription. She started it last night, took her second dose this morning, but she's waking like a newborn. And sometimes, sorry, I had to abruptly stop. Previous clip, my mom called. She needed help getting up. She usually doesn't, but she needed some help. So I left off that she's waking a lot. Got the prescription last night. I also had to get a prescription for my husband at a different pharmacy. And he's like, you don't have to, but I wanted to. And by the time I got home, I felt feverish, but I didn't have a fever. But, I had those sweats and shakes and chills. I was starving. By the time we all had dinner and we all ate at different times, I didn't eat until maybe 9 o'clock at night. It was just all over the place yesterday of the kids being sick, we're sick, mom's sick, phone calls, stress. We just didn't know if we were coming or going. And then, usually I wake during the night to check on my mom regularly anyway. But with the fatigue and her unsteadiness, and she's having muscle spasms, probably from the dehydration, my husband and I took shifts. So he took the 11 to 3 shift because I didn't go to bed till 11. And then I took the 3 to 8:30 shift. And I would still wake him, and he would come in and help and go back to sleep, where I stayed awake to hear my mom call out that she needed, that she was getting up, she had to pee. We slept in different places. It's just, this is just what you do when you're a caregiver. This is what you do, and that's okay. Yeah. So, it says 24 to 48 hours for the medication to show signs of improvement. Luckily, it doesn't hurt for her to pee. TMI maybe, but hey, it's what it is. She just feels the urge that she has to go, and sometimes she does, and sometimes she doesn't. And that's what's just so exhausting, is it's those times when you don't, and you just feel like, well, this was a waste, but your body doesn't know it's going to be a waste, And she has such a fear of going to the bathroom to start with, because it's difficult on a good day, a non-ill day. So this is also just mentally wearing her down. So yeah. I mean, the UTI would have happened regardless of us being sick. It's just the timing of it all. We're focused on not getting her sick with whatever we have. We didn't really have in the bingo card a UTI. Luckily, we're all home for it. So that's the long answer of how we're all doing. Nobody has a fever. I never had a fever. My husband had a fever once. My daughter had a fever once. My son never had a fever. I don't know. I don't know what this is, But we're on the mend. We're all just really tired. Mentally and physically fatigued. But if you stuck around for this video, I thank you. And we're now going to go place another call with a neurologist to update on everything that's happening and ask for a callback, because I always worry that these things trigger an attack and we're supposed to be vigilant about it, and we are. And now I need the doctors to be vigilant, and they're not. It's to the point where my husband makes these phone calls because I will, and I know that's not the best right now. That was the best when my mom was in hospitals and nursing homes. They needed that in person, and I know it's not going to work right now. So my husband filters me through him. We're a team, and this is how it works. All right, I'm going to go now. I hope y'all are doing okay. I'll talk to you later. Bye.